We've all said it before, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. And slowly, our dreams start slipping away. Not because we failed, but because we never even tried. Have you ever felt that? That quiet guilt inside knowing you could do more but you just don't move? Stay till the end of this story, because what happened to one young man named Ethan might just wake you up before laziness steals your future too. Ethan was a dreamer. He wanted to become a filmmaker, not just any filmmaker, but someone who told stories that could touch people's hearts. He had the camera, he had the talent, and he had the dream. But there was one thing he didn't have: discipline. Every morning, he'd set an alarm for 6 a.m. And every morning, he'd hit snooze. Once, twice, then again. 5 more minutes, he'd mumble. But 5 minutes always turned into an hour. Days turned into weeks. His camera gathered dust. His ideas stayed in notebooks, never filmed, never shared. One evening, his best friend Oliver dropped by. "Ethan, remember that short film competition? Deadline's in 3 days." Ethan shrugged. "Yeah, I'll start tomorrow." Oliver sighed. "You've been saying that for months. What's really stopping you?" Ethan looked away. "I don't know. I just don't feel ready. Maybe I need more time." Oliver smiled sadly. "No, man. You don't need more time. You need to start." But Ethan didn't listen. The competition came and went. Others submitted their films. Ethan didn't. And deep down, he hated himself for it. A few days later, Ethan visited a small café. He often went there to think, which usually meant procrastinating with coffee. There he met Mr. Harris, an old man who sat by the window sketching birds every morning. Mr. Harris noticed Ethan's frustrated expression and asked, "Rough day?" Ethan chuckled. "More like a rough year. What's wrong?" "I keep saying I'll chase my dreams, but I never do. It's like something inside me keeps pulling me down." Mr. Harris smiled knowingly. "Ah, the silent killer laziness." Ethan laughed nervously. "You make it sound dramatic." "It is dramatic," the old man said softly. "Do you know how laziness destroys dreams?" Ethan shook his head. Mr. Harris leaned closer. "Let me tell you a story. There was once a farmer," Mr. Harris began, "who bought 2 seeds, one for a rose and one for a cactus. He planted both. The rose seed looked beautiful at first, soft leaves, delicate petals. The cactus seed, however, looked ugly and rough. So the farmer watered the rose every day, but he often ignored the cactus. Months passed. The rose looked weak, its leaves drooping. The cactus, though barely watered, stood tall and strong. One summer, a great drought came. The rose withered, but the cactus bloomed a beautiful flower, rare and bright. The farmer realized the cactus had been growing quietly all along, building strength from the inside, preparing for the tough days. Mr. Harris paused. "Do you see? Laziness is like watering the rose. It feels nice at first. Comfort, ease. But in the end, it leaves you weak. Discipline, though uncomfortable, makes you strong like the cactus." Ethan sat there in silence. Those words hit him like thunder. He realized he had been chasing comfort, not growth. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. He thought about every tomorrow he had wasted, every opportunity he had ignored. And for the first time, he felt something stronger than laziness, regret. At 5:59 a.m., his alarm rang. And this time, he didn't hit snooze. He got up. He picked up his dusty camera. He went outside before sunrise. His hands shook as he turned on the camera. The lens focused on the quiet street, the morning light, the awakening world. For the first time in months, he started. Day after day, Ethan worked. It wasn't perfect, he still had lazy moments. But he kept pushing. Some days, he didn't want to get out of bed. He did anyway. Some nights, he wanted to scroll his phone. He edited instead. Weeks passed. His short film started coming together piece by piece. He missed the competition, yes. But this time, he wasn't doing it for a prize. He was doing it to prove something to himself. To prove that he could change. When the film was finally done, he uploaded it online. No expectations, just courage. A week later, the views began to rise. Comments flooded in. People loved it. They felt inspired. And Ethan realized the dream he thought he had lost was still waiting for him. He just needed to move. Months later, Ethan visited the cafe again. Mr. Harris was still there, sketching. Ethan smiled. "You were right. Laziness was killing my dreams. But not anymore." Mr. Harris smiled back. "So what changed?" Ethan looked out the window. "I stopped waiting for motivation. I started showing up even when I didn't feel like it." Mr. Harris nodded. "That's the secret, son. Motivation starts after you move, not before." They both laughed. Outside, the sun rose higher, warm, bright, full of promise. Laziness doesn't destroy your dreams overnight. It does it quietly day by day, decision by decision. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about showing up even when you don't want to. Remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So whatever your dream is, get up, take one small step today. Don't wait for someday, because someday isn't on the calendar. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And remember, your dream is waiting, but it won't wait forever.